Today, we're looking into Walt Disney's life story, from his humble beginnings to becoming a worldwide legend beloved by kids and grown-ups alike. He brought to life unforgettable characters and magical worlds that have captivated hearts for generations, and he became a source of joy for people all over the globe. I'm sure you're as excited as I am to learn more about him, so let's get into it. Walt Disney came from a poor family of 5 kids and moved from Chicago to Missouri, which probably influenced his outlook. His dad, Elias, was a farmer and a businessman, while his mom, Flora, was a teacher. The family went through tough times. To help his family, Walt started painting and selling pictures to neighbors and friends. Their time in Kansas, Missouri took a turn when Ruth, the youngest sibling, got sick with measles. To cheer her up, Walt started making flip books, a simple way to animate stories. This not only brought joy to Ruth, but also fueled Walt's love for storytelling. Walt had to help with money at home, so he juggled many jobs like delivering newspapers, working on the railroad, and selling snacks to passengers. It was tough, and he often felt exhausted in class, showing how much he had to handle at a young age. But he kept at it for over 6 years to support his family. Despite the challenges, Walt's love for drawing and adventure stories never disappeared. He signed up for drawing and photography classes and even became the cartoonist for the school paper. He even squeezed in night courses. His friend Walt Pfeiffer got him into movies and vaudeville shows, a mix of music, magic, acrobatics, and jokes. Walt was hooked, spending his free time after long workdays at the theaters with Pfeiffer, enjoying the magic of live performances. The tension in Walt's family continued when they moved back to Chicago. Walt felt the pressure even more to help. So in 1918, during World War I, at just 16, he tried to join the U.S. Army but was turned down for being too young. Instead, he signed up as an ambulance driver for the Red Cross. But when the war ended, he didn't want to go back to school. Walt dreamed of a career in art and storytelling, so he tried to get a job as a cartoonist at the Kansas City Star and Kansas City Journal, but they didn't have openings. Then he got hired at an art studio but got let go. His boss said he lacked imagination and didn't have good ideas. Walt found a chance at the Pessman Robin Commercial Art Studio, where his skills impressed the hiring team. It was there he met UB Iwerks, who shared his passion and vision. Seeing they clicked, they teamed up and started their own company, Disney Iwerks. But they struggled to get clients, and their company closed after just a month. Despite the setback with Disney Iwerks, Walt was determined to grow his skills. He started a friendship with a cameraman to learn more about cameras. His animation techniques showed him the magic of hand-drawn images, which had a more lifelike and expressive feel than cutouts. Seeing his talent, the Kansas City Film Ad Company hired him for animated projects, seeing the promise in his work. Walt borrowed a camera from the company to start making cartoons to continue his passion. Showing his work to the Newman Theater Company brought unexpected success. Inspired by this, he and his brother Roy started their own venture, Laugh-O-Grams. They got a contract with Pictorial Clubs Inc. to make a series of fairy tale cartoons, which became a hit. But sadly, they didn't make enough money, and Laugh-O-Grams also went under. With just $40, Walt headed to Hollywood, where he tried his hand at acting but also didn't succeed. Then came Margaret Winkler, a distributor from New York who saw Walt's talent and decided to team up with him. Walt pitched the idea to Roy and Ub, and they agreed to start a business together. Their project, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, was a hit and started the way for their success and Walt Disney's legacy. Then they had another partnership with Universal Pictures, brokered by Charles Mintz, which birthed Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But disagreements over contracts, especially regarding pay, soured relations between Walt and Charles. Sadly, Universal kept all the rights to Oswald, leaving Walt in a tough spot. But Walt kept going and created a new character, Mickey Mouse, which symbolizes his creative spirit. Throughout his life, Disney took numerous financial risks. Mickey Mouse's success put Walt Disney to national recognition, but profits were hard to come by as Universal Pictures held them back. Despite that, Walt chose not to pursue legal action, knowing the studio's power in Hollywood. The strain of the workload started affecting Walt's mental health, and he made the tough decision to step back from animation temporarily, realizing the importance of prioritizing his well-being. Upon his return, Walt put his efforts into color animation. His first project after his mental health break resulted in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which became a huge feature film marrying color with sound. Despite industry skepticism and dismissals of the project as Disney's folly, Walt pressed on, devoting himself to its creation. In 1937, Snow White premiered, and it defied all expectations in animation history. It became the world's first animated feature film that earned both critical acclaim and commercial success. In its first year, Snow White grossed over $8 million, making it the highest-earning film of its time. Adjusted for today's value, this would equate to an astonishing $100 million. At this time, he became unstoppable with his dreams. His Hollywood vision extended beyond entertainment, and he wanted to build a lasting symbol for visitors, an amusement park. To fund Disneyland, he launched a weekly TV show. Despite facing rejection over 300 times, Walt continued in planning the happiest place on Earth. When Disneyland finally opened in 1955, it quickly became a beloved destination, drawing over 3 million visitors within a year. Walt Disney's legacy of imagination, drive, and determination will always inspire us. He taught us that having big dreams isn't enough. You have to be persistent and work hard to make them a reality. That is the key to overcoming every obstacle and failure you encounter. The truth is, we all fail, and it's okay to make mistakes. If you spend your life avoiding risks, you'll avoid failure, but you'll also miss out on success. Walt Disney faced many challenges in his life. He grew up poor, worked hard, and experienced setbacks like being fired and going bankrupt. He was rejected over 300 times, yet he never gave up. In the end, he won 22 Oscars and got to see his success in full bloom. And if you've enjoyed this video, give this channel some support by clicking on the subscribe button and sharing your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay updated on our upcoming content by hitting the notification bell so you'll always get notified on our next one. Thank you for watching, and until next time.